So, there's a little game called Street Fighter V coming out next year. Lots of people are excited, lots of people are itching to play it, including myself. And recently, anyone in North America that pre-ordered the game got the chance to take part in a public beta test. It got off to a rocky start, sure, but with enough patience and a finger resting comfortably on the X button, I was able to get in and spend a few hours with the game. Street Fighter V coming out is kind of a big deal to me, since it's the first numbered game in the series that I'll be playing on day one. I only became a big Street Fighter fan just a little over a year ago, when Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition was still the newest version. It's exciting to be able to get in on the ground floor with a new release this time around. First off, I thought the way that the beta was structured was a really nice idea. You get in, you pick your character, you jump into training mode, and Miss Lee, you'd better calm those down before you take someone's eye out. Anyway, once you're in training mode, the game will start searching for another player in the background. And when it finds one, the two of you, fight. Street Fighter, you fight. That's what you do. And after the match, it sends you right back into training mode. It's essentially the same thing as going into training mode with fight requests turned on in Street Fighter 4, but still, I found it to be really cool, and I hope any future beta tests are structured the same way. That sort of leads into my next point about the online multiplayer itself. I was surprised at just how smooth it was. With all the problems they were having with the servers, I was expecting any match I found to be a laggy, unplayable mess. But no, everything worked just fine. There were some occasional hiccups, sure, but the vast majority of the time there was virtually no lag at all. That is all thanks to the rollback netcode that they're using for Street Fighter V. It's similar to GGPO, which is already used in many other fighting games like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition, Skullgirls, and Yatagarasu. This allows for a basically lag-free experience online, at the cost of some choppy visuals. This is great for people like me who maybe don't live near their local fighting game scene, but still want that type of gameplay experience. The core gameplay was incredibly solid. Not that I was expecting anything different, because, well, it's not like this is their first time making a fighting game. It feels very similar to 4. Which isn't a bad thing at all, seeing as I, and I'm sure many others, got into the Street Fighter series with that game. It does, however, change up a few things, most notably the addition of V-skills and V-triggers instead of focus attacks and ultra combos. The V-skills give each character their own unique defensive ability, such as Ryu's parry or Cammy's spinning back fist. The V-trigger is the replacement for the revenge gauge from 4, and the trigger can only be activated once you've taken enough damage to fill up the meter. Once activated, it gives your character a sort of buff or a move that you use to even the odds if things aren't going your way. For instance, Ryu and Chun-Li gain a buff that ups the damage of their moves, while Nash gains the ability to teleport. I actually like this system much more than the Revenge Ultra Combo system used in 4. Finally, no longer will we have to worry about our opponents using an Ultra on Wake Up at random. Since I'm so excited for the game, getting a chance to mess around with it and get a few matches in was really cool. Plus, I think it actually helped me find a new character to play as in 4 while I wait for 5. For the beta, I was expecting to stick with Ryu for most of it, since he's the most kinda beginner-friendly character, and maybe branch out to Nash every once in a while. But I actually jumped around between characters quite a bit, except for Bison, that fucking prick. And through that, I found that I really enjoy playing as Cammy. Unless some other character I enjoy comes along, Rose, or one of the new characters happens to look interesting, or they add a really cool character later, I think I've found my day one main. Server problems aside, I had a lot of fun getting my hands on Street Fighter V. They've said that there will be more beta tests before the game is released, which I'm really happy about. It'll be nice to get some more practice in before I spend the next few years getting bodied.